send out or blast out the announcement, the notification, and then I will bring the screen in. So it won't be a moment. Copy a link to this, send it to that. Let's see if this works. Okay, there we go. What is up? A couple of people. I know this is like a late stream. What's up, Eki Alb? Is that how you say it? Eki Alb. Yeah, this is a bit of a late stream. I usually stream a few hours before this usually. But here we are. Better late than never. Oh, Blake? Okay. I see. Yes. Blake backwards. Right on. So I just wanted to come on stream and say, like, just discuss some things to consider before, you know, just as we find ourselves at this point in time sitting around this like level of support seemingly. So let's see. I'm going to bring up that plan that I was discussing on the last stream. So that is, for those who missed it, there is seemingly this line of support that we're working with right now at around $40,000 roughly. So I'm going to actually make that line a bit more exact and precise, just so we got something to track and follow. And let's get it really exact. We'll make it, yep, yellow, cool, sweet. Let's lock that in. I'm gonna make that part of the plan as well, cool. And then we wanna get this, I'm just gonna drop this down a touch. Okay. So the plan is, if we hold this level, great. You know, we've got a certain degree of exposure at this stage. But if we fall, there's an opportunity to add to that exposure if you have, you know, funds available to do it. That's pretty much all I wanted to discuss. However, if we don't get that, awesome dip that people are talking about, that seems to be a guarantee, like the way people are talking about this dip. I'm kind of worried that it won't happen now because too many people are thinking about it. Too many people are expecting it. So what may happen, and you have to give it a fair amount of consideration, is that we do hold this support and we march higher. And are you comfortable with the exposure that you have? That's pretty much all I wanted to touch on. Like if you're 50% in at this point and you have 50% in cash waiting, that's cool. You know, at least you have something in here. But if you have only like, you know, 20% in and you're waiting to buy because of this promised dip that seems to be circulating through the crypto social media, and you're hoping to put the other 80 in, you know, are you comfortable with the price taking off and only having 20% in at this level? So just think about that. Think about the exposure that you have and go from there. I'm kind of light in this level, to be honest. Like in the market, I only probably have about 20% of my money in, and I've got about 80% of it waiting for some kind of correction. So that the danger is that we don't get one, and the market takes off, and I have to add it in higher up and average up. So my position, what could be like considered like here, might end up being up here because I was late to add it in. That's just the other side of the coin that no one seems to be really talking about too much, is that if it does go up from here. So as we know, the last few days, the last like 5 or 6 days have been really flat, and nothing really has happened since this drop. You know, this could very well be the sell the news ETF situation. Like, this could be it. This may be all we get for a sell. Consider that. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to discuss. I'm going to find examples for everyone, and even for me, because I want to see. Let's use that mentality of, oh, we have to go back because it's a level that hasn't been checked. So if we go back to previous, let me turn on the logarithmic view. Let's go back to like the 2015 to 17 bull run. So that's here, right? There's 2015. It was basically an accumulation year. Here's 2016. Things are really kicking off, and then 2017, spectacular, euphoric bull market, awesome. So if we're sort of equating this to 2023, and we've just started, say, 2016, this looks kind of similar. Look what happened in January of 2016. We had this big sort of anticipation, then Christmas happened, and New Year's happened, and we got this push in the new year, but then it followed by a pretty heavy correction. But how many people do you think were counting on a retest of like these lows, you know, when we were around here after the correction, and then like waiting? People counting on that push down to, you know, $290 or $300. But it just never came. Like, it never happened, and the market started grinding higher without them, unless they were late, you know, just averaging up as the market got away from them. That could happen. Here's another example of expecting a pullback just because there's old resistance. Like right here, look at this one. Here's some old resistance that, you know, some bulls may have been targeting. Like, so after this rip, if bulls didn't have much exposure, or the exposure they wanted in this market, they were probably counting on some kind of retracement, likely back to these highs here. But it didn't quite get there. I think the demand and excitement was just too much to where the best they could do was pull back to here. They couldn't get it right down. The demand stepped in. It was just too much demand. There wasn't enough people willing to part with Bitcoin at that point to push it back down to over here. So people counting on a retest or an outcome that is not promised, that's the danger, you know? It may not happen, and the market may take off without that opportunity coming to fruition. So that's just the point that I wanted to sort of hit home and make really clear with this stream. So I'm glad that I've done that. I'm glad that I've shared that point of view, because where we are right now, people are saying, you know, a retest of 30 to 32 would be expected, like, you know, to revisit these highs, the old resistance of last year, you know, this level here. I mean, it looks pretty and everything, but it's not a guarantee, and you don't want to You don't want to sort of jump the gun on it and miss out. That's all. All right. It's probably like, what time is it in the US right now? 10:30 p.m. So it's getting kind of late. All right. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up there. This is only meant to be a short little stream. So what's that? 11.5 minutes. It's not even that long. Alright, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. There's only like 13 people in here. I'll catch you on the next one. And by the way, with the plan, we're still where we were last stream. There's been no development there, dude. We're still holding ground. We haven't even come visit that low that we set in back in early December. We've consistently got higher lows here, so the structure's still very much bullish. We're just sort of waiting in limbo. I'm not saying that the support won't get broken, I'm just saying consider if it doesn't. And I'm all for it breaking. If I was to pick, if it was up to me about what's going to happen, I would say the support would break. I would want the support to break because I want to get these prices, not just for Bitcoin, but for like Solana and other altcoins that I'm interested in. I want more more opportunity to get in Anyway, I'll wrap it up. Thank you so much for checking it out, and I'll see you in the next one.